Choosing a title for your book can be something that lots of writers torture themselves about, trying to find that perfect word or sentence that sums up what their book is about and makes it successful. Often people think that it can be the difference between a successful book and a commercial flop. So today, let's explore some different ways that you can think of a title for your book. Your title needs to do three things. It needs to grab the attention of your target audience, it needs to be memorable to the people who've read it, and it should give some indication of what the reader can expect when they pick it up. Now that third one isn't essential, especially in a language like English where words and phrases can have figurative and literal meanings. For example, The Lord of the Rings could equally be about fantasy, but also boxing, donuts, or metalworking. So don't stress too much on the third point. But it should be obvious why these are important. You want to grab the attention of your reader because you want to sell your book. You want it to be memorable so it's recommended and passed on to other people. And you want it to give some indication so the expectations of your reader are more in line with what you're delivering. Now, I'm not a marketing expert, so I am not going to go into how a title achieves all three of these criteria. So what I want to do instead is give you some ways where you can find titles based on where other books have got their titles from. So let's get started with that. The first great way to find a title is using a character's name from your story. This is super common in things like Jane Eyre, Moby Dick, or Huckleberry Finn. They introduce us to a character, usually the main one, but not always, and also stand apart as quite unique. After all, names are relatively special, and if you make your own, then it will really stand apart from the others. They can also be combined with their possessions to make them even more unique, such as Charlotte's Web or the picture of Dorian Gray. Ultimately, using a character's name makes a book more likely to be picked up because it's more personable, it's easier to remember people than things, and also it can give some indication of what the content of the book might be about. The second way of choosing a title is using a description of what the book is or what it's about. These are really common and really unique because your story should be special and therefore unlikely to share a name with another. Examples are A Perfectly Good Man, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. These are great for introducing your audience to what kind of genre and content the book contains. They're also generally pretty memorable due to how unique they are, and they should attract your target audience because of what they convey. The third way of finding a title is also really common, and that's using a quote from the novel itself that expresses something about the themes or the tones. This again will make it wholly unique and has the added value of readers finding said quote within the book and giving them a sense of reward. Examples are All the Lights We Cannot See and The Pillars of the Earth. Most notably, these are usually combined with the description of the book as well, such as Elizabeth is Missing, The Man in the High Castle, or The Book Thief. These are great ways to attract readers, to make them intrigued, to make them remember what the plot is about and therefore want to recommend it, and also gives them an indication of what style or kind of book they're getting into. Finally, you can also choose something sensational for your title, something that evokes a feeling that is representative of the genre of book you're writing. This can be catchy and is most common in thrillers, romance, and crime novels, such as Too Close, Something in the Water, Redemption. These are sharp, catchy, and tell us a bit about what we can expect without giving away too much of the story. These are usually pretty attractive to your target audience, quite memorable due to their punchy titles, but importantly, they don't give away important information about the plot, so it's especially important in mysteries where you don't want to show your hand too early. So these are 4 ways that you can use to find titles for your book. Play around with them, experiment and use different methods and see which one really connects and resonates with you with your book. Because ultimately, that's the big test, is how you feel about that being the title of your story. So try a few different ones using a few different methods and see what you like. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing the video with your friends, and I'll see you all next week. Thank you very much.